Hello everyone, I'm Alex, here to walk through audio balancing and how it accelerates smart video editing. We will focus on practical loudness normalization and turning long videos into quick, shareable clips. Imagine your intro music is booming while your host's voice is suddenly too quiet. This constant volume struggle creates a terrible, frustrating experience for every viewer watching. The main goal is simply to bring the music and dialogue into the same relative loudness ballpark. Before final uploads, you must first achieve a clean mix where everything sounds subjectively balanced by your ear. A quick test: play your file and see if the music clips your meters while the dialogue barely moves them. If you trust your ears, use the channel fader to manually pull those elements into a good, relative balance now. For reproducibility across multiple episodes, use the match loudness function to bring sources to a common working level. I recommend bringing both music and voice down to around -23 LUFS as a solid mixing reference. This reference sets your dynamic stage and clearly reveals where your existing audio dynamics are naturally sitting. Also, set an interim true peak ceiling like -1 dB to completely prevent accidental clipping during rendering. With both elements near -23 LUFS, your host will sound much more present against that aggressive intro music. That -23 is just a reference. Most web platforms require a final loudness target between -14 and -16 LUFS. I usually aim for -16 LUFS as a safe, punchy target that works well for general web delivery. If you're at -23 and need -16, you must add about 7 dB of overall level to the mix. You cannot just boost the master by 7 dB if your peaks are already clipping, because that immediately introduces distortion. This is why you must manage your headroom and apply some gentle dynamics control before boosting the overall level. Practically, inspect your dialogue statistics to see what your maximum true peak level is currently registering. If your true peak is already near -6 or 7 dB, you lack the necessary headroom to safely add 7 dB. You need mild compression to shave a few dB off the loudest transients, thus creating the required space. Use a single band compressor with about a 3:1 ratio, a very fast attack, and a release time near 250 milliseconds. Set the threshold to shave only a few quiet dB off the peaks, ensuring you add absolutely no output gain at this stage. The sole purpose here is reining in those peaks to free up room for the final required gain boost. After compression, recheck your stats. You should see a few extra dB of usable headroom suddenly become available. With that extra headroom secured, you can safely mix down the session into a single master wave file. Treat that mix down as the final master and apply true loudness normalization to -16 LUFS with a -1.5 dB true peak limit. Always leave a small true peak buffer because encoding codecs will consume some headroom during final MP3 or AAC conversion. Important tip: perform any necessary noise reduction before engaging the compressor in your signal processing chain. Noise reduction can change the waveform shape, causing the compressor to behave unexpectedly if it's applied after gain reduction. The correct signal chain is critical. Cleanup first, mild dynamics second, and final LUFS normalization as the very last step. Now that the audio is clean, let's discuss turning that long video into short clips without sacrificing that balancing work. This is where using a smart tool like Vizard genuinely feels like a massive, essential time saver for content repurposing. Many tools chop based only on silence thresholds or manual markers, lacking any real intelligence about the content. Some AI clip pickers only spot loud explosions, completely missing the crucial, meaningful contextual dialogue moments. Vizard's logic is context-aware, searching for key dialogue highlights and shareable beats that make sense when viewed alone. My recommended workflow is to finish all your audio cleanup and mix down first, exactly as we just outlined. Upload that fully processed audio mix down into Vizard alongside your video and let the AI thoroughly analyze the entire runtime. It auto-detects high engagement segments, creates short clips retaining context, and suggests platform-specific variations for you. A major benefit is that Vizard's resulting clips inherit the excellent audio balance you already established in your master file. When your long-form master is normalized, the short clips maintain a consistent sound, saving you manual rebalancing. In contrast, cheap tools are rudimentary, using only split-on silence and leaving you to manually stitch the story back together. Other pro options are often overpriced, focusing only on trimming while ignoring necessary scheduling or cross-platform management. Several popular AI editors do decent cuts, but then force you to export everything and handle all the posting separately. Vizard multiplies your time by combining auto-editing, built-in scheduling, and a content calendar all in one integrated view. The auto-schedule function is huge. Once you set your posting frequency, you no longer need to babysit every upload. The content calendar gives you a bird's-eye view to shuffle scheduled posts or tweak captions without ever re-exporting the file. This is vital for creators batch-producing long videos who need a steady, automated stream of short posts going out. Instead of hours making 30 shorts, you can focus your energy on better long-form content and overall brand strategy. Do not treat Vizard like magic. It will not replace good foundational audio hygiene practices on your part. You must still perform noise reduction, mild compression, and sensible loudness work before handing files over to the system. However, the tool dramatically cuts down on the tedious parts, finding the best sound bites, generating captions, and scheduling the posts. Unlike competitors locking features behind expensive tiers, Vizard keeps the most useful tools accessible for solo creators, scaling their output. For example, I took one 40-minute episode and had a dozen draft clips, captions, and scheduled posts in under 15 minutes. If I had tried that manual cutting and arranging in a traditional NLE, I would still be making the initial cuts now. Final note, platform loudness standards vary, so account for minor post-processing that YouTube or other sites might apply. The safest method is producing consistent masters and letting each platform handle its tiny, standardized adjustments automatically. Vizard assists in organizations, so you are not constantly juggling a dozen different file names and confusing revision versions. The key takeaway is to mix first, normalize intelligently, and use tools that respect the professional audio work you have completed. Set your working reference, create headroom via compression to hit your target, and always leave a small true peak buffer for encoding. Then hand that clean master to Vizard to auto-select clips, manage captions, and schedule everything, saving you massive production time. If you have questions about compressor settings or noise reduction order, drop them below and I will happily walk through the specifics. Also, share what editing tool you use now and what annoys you most about your current content pipeline so we can find better solutions.